associate's transfer degrees are a new kind of certificate. They were established in 2012, and what's fantastic about them is that they are really focused on transfer and give students an opportunity to do that. You might be wondering, what are you talking about? Well, prior to 2012, these degrees weren't offered, and a lot of times students would not necessarily pursue associate degrees. They would take transfer requirements and go on, and we still see that to an extent today. But what was problematic is it was really hard for us to track completion at the community college level, and it also didn't give students a backup plan once life happened, right? And that's a really great thing about an associate degree and a certificate. Because a lot of those classes, I mean, these are classes you're taking anyway, and what's nice is you apply for internships or jobs, and those certificates, those degrees can mean higher pay than if you don't have those things, right? And what's really fantastic specifically about the associate transfer degree is it gives a lot of benefits for students. So it really started out with a partnership and an assembly bill that really partnered the California community colleges and the Cal State universities. And what it said is if a student earned one of these associate transfer degrees, they could go on to a Cal State university guaranteed by meeting the minimum requirements. They also would enter at junior standing. They also were given some admission priority, in some cases GPA bumps. It's a really fantastic option for students, and it's a degree with a guarantee. So there is a great website that you can check out at degreewithaguarantee.com. So here we are again. Admission to participating schools is guaranteed. And now, in today's world, there are a lot more associate transfer degrees available than ever. What is also really exciting is that other schools are participating. It's not just the Cal State universities that are partnering with community college, but it's also historically black colleges and universities. We're also seeing that a number of private universities are also jumping on board. So a degreewithaguarantee.com, you can go in there, take a look at the schools and the majors. So it's a really fantastic tool. You can find colleges if you're looking for a major path or a career path that you can follow. It's a really fantastic website which you can check out. So just help you navigate through here. You can see some important dates. You can learn about students who have successfully been able to navigate the degree with a guarantee. You can look at colleges that are involved, the different degrees that are available. So this is a really great tool. Again, a degreewithaguarantee.com for that associate degree for transfer. So I mentioned the CSUs and the historically black colleges and universities. Some of the private universities that are now accepting the associate transfer degree, associate degree for transfer, you might hear these used interchangeably, but some other private schools that accept it include Mills College, Golden Gate University, Notre Dame de Namur, University of Pacific. So some fantastic schools and options where you can earn these degrees at the community college, save money, and have guaranteed admission, registration priority, junior standing, so fantastic benefits. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about transfer. So transfer for students, a lot of our students coming, they are very much interested in attending a California State University or the University of California, right? And those are public schools, and they're partners in higher education, public higher education, with the community colleges. So in order to transfer to a University of California, such as University of California, Berkeley, or Los Angeles, or Davis, or Santa Barbara, you must complete 60 units to transfer, okay? That includes the general education, major preparation, and elective courses. The same is true for the California state universities, including San Francisco State, Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, San Diego State, San Jose State. Again, also requires 60 units, general education, major preparation, elective courses, right? And there are some great tools which we will talk about later in the semester, like assist.org, that can help you with your major preparation in planning to transfer to a University of California UC or a Cal State University CSU from a California community college. Now, with private universities, a good rule of thumb is also utilizing the 60 units because you'll save a lot of money, you'll be able to finish lower division classes, transfer as a junior, and it makes a smooth transition. Lower division, upper division, money saving, major courses versus the prep. But a lot of private universities will accept students with less than 60 units. Just be sure to work with your counselor and the admissions office to look into these things, because in some cases, if you have less than 60 units, sometimes they may require an SAT or ACT. To transfer to a UC or a Cal State University, you do not need to turn in those standardized tests of ACTs or SATs. You don't have to turn in your high school grades. In some cases, depending on the school, if you have less than those 60 units and aren't quite at junior standing, they may look at those high school grades. They may look for standardized test scores. So just be sure to work with those schools. A lot of schools will let you transfer again without that. If you've completed a minimum number that they're looking for, it might not necessarily be 60 or more. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And you also have the opportunity to transfer away from California. You're not just limited to the private schools here, the CSUs and the UCs. In fact, College of San Mateo actually has articulation agreements and guaranteed admission programs with some out-of-state schools. So the Arizona schools have a great partnership. So Arizona State University and University of Arizona have some fantastic partnerships with College of San Mateo. We've also seen College of San Mateo students transfer to schools on the East Coast and some Ivy League schools too. So there's a lot of potential on what you can do, but it's really important to consult regularly with your counselor as well as with admissions representatives from universities that you want to go to, wherever that may be. So again, we're in September now, so if any of you are thinking of applying or you're in your last year at the college, the application season is coming for the CSUs and UCs as well as the private schools. So now's that time, and if you're in your first year at this time next year, this may be you getting ready to apply to a lot of these schools. The really wonderful thing about transfer, especially to the UCs and CSUs, is that California Community College students, CSM students in our district, they are priority number one in terms of admission. You're not held to the same standards as high school students are. So again, it's based on equivalent coursework that you're taking. So the classes at College of San Mateo, freshman, sophomore year, are equivalent to the courses that you would be taking at San Francisco State, for example. And again, when you do transfer, you're not starting all over again. You transfer as a junior. Again, save money. You get that priority admission. And again, remember that several private schools and other schools are really admission friendly, including the historically black colleges and universities. So just listed a few of the schools with partnerships or guaranteed agreements, but again, it's not limited to these schools either. Right now I'm using the California Community College Transfer Counselor's website as a tool just to illustrate the number of historically black colleges and universities that are offering guaranteed transfer admission guarantees. And you can see quite a fantastic list of schools. And again, you can go to the community college, complete your first couple years, and go as a junior to a lot of different schools, including the historically black colleges and universities. So as we wrap up this week, some things to note and think about in our discussions, in our upcoming quizzes and exams. What are the differences between the schedule and catalog? Be able to articulate and explain that. What are the benefits and strengths of each tool? Also understand the different educational goals that are available for students, right? The certificate, the associate's degree, the transfer, and that you're not just limited to doing one of those things. You can actually do all of those things. What is the difference between a certificate versus an associate degree? What are the benefits of that associate transfer degree, the AAT, the AST? What are the benefits of transferring from a community college to a university? So hopefully you picked up a little bit and got a better understanding of the schedule compared to the catalog, as well as educational goals and transfer. Have a fantastic weekend.